Right, take two. This time I've got the right microphone turned on, so that might help. Anyway, good morning, my fellow internet denizens, and Merry Christmas, because it is Christmas Day here in Japan, where they don't do Christmas at all, really. It's well, most of my mates are English teachers here, and they're all teaching today, so it's not a public holiday, and it's culturally not a thing. So Christmas in Japan is kind of a non-Christmas, but us gaijin do the best we can. So I've got my glass of red wine, Castillo de Diablo. It's a reasonable brand, tastes alright. Apothic is better. Anyway, I digress. What's the subject of today's video? To entertain myself and my friends. I think I've posted one on influencers before. I don't know if it's still up or not. Maybe somewhere. But yeah, internet, social media influencers, parasites, as us more knowledgeable folk like to call them, because that's what they are. What are they in it for? What's their reason for doing their channels? Well, it's obviously entirely self-serving in most cases. They're after free items of whatever. They're after freebies, and if they get enough subscribers and enough views, they like to make a bit of wonga from the monetisation. It takes a hell of a lot of subscribers and a hell of a lot of views for them to actually make any money from doing that. But case in point, and the reason for this video, I nearly had a hernia earlier when I read this guy's comment. It was just, what was he thinking of? I know he switched off the comments from being viewable publicly, but public or private, to post what he posted, and I'm going to put the screenshot up I took of it, before he realises and deletes it. I had to. VR flight sim guy, Steve, I think his real name is. He's a typical influencer parasite, and he thinks his channel's big enough now to entitle him to free hardware from the manufacturers to test and review. And of course, test and review, lip service. He'll get the latest piece of hardware and he'll give it a good run in the sun so that he doesn't alienate anyone that's sending him the freebies. And then when he gets the next new item, that'll be the new favourite and the old one will be relegated. But then sometimes you'll switch them around and give the old one a new run in the sun for a short while. And there'll always be a couple of nitpicks, as he calls them, to make them inconsequential, as if to say, look, I'm doing an honest review. It's awesome. Usually prefaced by a thumbnail on his video of him with his mouth hanging open like a muppet, looking all in shock and awe how awesome the thing is. But he'll put a couple of nitpicks in to lend a veneer of credibility to the honesty of the review. Like, look guys, I'm not just saying great things about this, there's a couple of downsides, there's a couple of things that aren't quite right with it, but there'll always be nitpicks, as if to say, but don't let that put you off buying one. And look, manufacturer, it's a positive review, please send me another freebie when the next thing comes out, because, like, yeah, they're all awesome. But he posted this video and he basically said, don't buy the Pimax Super, don't pre-order it. And one of the main reasons he gave was that it wouldn't be up to the current hardware. In other words, nothing that we've got now, CPUs and GPUs, will be able to run the thing at native resolution, so you'll have to downsample it. And his contention was that downsampling the image would create a crap image. And it's like he was comparing it to how monitors work. And VR headsets do not work like monitors. So anyway, a whole bunch of his reason for telling people not to pre-order was absolutely erroneous. But the real reason, which anybody with anything going on up here can tell, is that he's miffed because he didn't get a free sample from Pimax to review. Who knows what the reason for that is, because it certainly isn't because he slagged Pimax off in the past, because he wouldn't do that. He wants to keep the freebies rolling in, so he's always going to give whatever he gets a glowing review with a couple of nitpicky cons to convince you that his review is legit and on the level. But Pimax didn't send him a Super, and he's miffed. So he's put his video out saying, don't pre-order. and with a bunch of reasons. One of the biggest ones is wrong. It's erroneous data. Bearing in mind, if you already own a crystal, an OG crystal, you get a significant discount on the purchase of the super. In my case, it's just over $400 American. So it's a decent little bit of cash. So you have to do that by the 31st of December, though. That's their what they call privileged purchase scheme. So as long as you order your super, or you pre-order your super before December the 31st, if you have a crystal, all you've got to do is give them the serial number and proof of purchase, and you'll get a $400 discount. Nice. So he's telling people not to pre-order, but he didn't mention that if they don't pre-order by 31st of December, they'll miss out on the substantial discount. So well done, Steve. I'm sure a lot of people will possibly follow your erroneous advice and not all pre-order, and then when they get the reviews out and they discover that things actually half decent, they'll be like, oh shit, they'll realise they've missed out on the $400 discount. So anyway, be aware of that. So I'm posting the screenie of the hidden conversation because, like I said, he's made it so the public can no longer see my comments because he's a coward and he's manufacturing his image and he's manipulating his image. He doesn't want people to see any negative comments under his video because that's what he's into, manipulation and deceit. So everyone looks at all the comments and says, oh, look, everyone loves Steve, everyone loves VR Fight Sim guy. No, he's making it so you can't see anything negative in the comments. That's how most of these influencers operate. They're underhand, shady, sketchy, manipulating their public image to make it look as shiny as they possibly can. The comment that he posted that had me like in stitches. My channel's grown so much in the last year. I think he's got 36,000 subscribers now. So he's not making any money off the channel, but he certainly wants to keep the freebies rolling in. That's where his biggest motive is right now. He's getting all these freebies. And something about jealousy. I mean, I read it and I could not believe that somebody could be so gauche. I mean, he's clearly not got much going on up top to come out with a comment like that and just post it. And he's probably at some point going to realise, certainly after I put my comment underneath it, and he'll delete it. But too late, Steve. I screenshotted it and now I'm putting it in this video for everyone to see. Where do you start with a comment like that? Embarrassment. I'm embarrassed for the guy. And entertained, obviously, amused. But yeah, well done. You got 36,000 subscribers, and most of them subscribe and then forget they subscribed and never watch another video because that's how it works on YouTube. It's all about the views, not the number of subscribers. You can have thousands and thousands of subscribers, but you'll still get shit views. And I saw somebody commenting on that recently. He was trying to work out how he had 50,000 something subscribers, but in a day of his video being up, he'd only had 1,000 views. And he's like, where's the other 49,000 subscribers? Well, that's the reality of YouTube, guys. People subscribe and then they move on and they've forgotten they subscribed, or they just don't give a shit, and they don't unsubscribe, they just leave their subscription running. So this is the freebies for most of them. They're not getting the views they need to monetize the channel effectively, so it's the freebies. But to cover the point about jealousy, as I've said before, I make YouTube videos for my own entertainment and the entertainment of my friends. I'm well heeled enough that even if I was interested in YouTube as some kind of income stream, I don't need to. I have absolutely no motivation or need to make money from having a YouTube channel. It's a form of entertainment, it's a hobby. That's all it is, which is why I'm free to say whatever the fuck I want within the terms of YouTube's agreement, terms and conditions. But yeah, I'm not interested in making money from YouTube, and I'm certainly not jealous of anyone else that is. I could give a shit. But to see the comment reveals the mindset of this guy, which he would love to keep hidden from the public. That it's all about the subscribers and the jealousy factor, the success, the so-called success of getting what, free gear. to review, to pretend to review, and keep that stuff rolling in. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, I suppose it's got some value. I suppose a $1,500 headset that you're getting given for free, I mean, it's nice to have, but to whore yourself out on YouTube for that minor amount of advantage, financial, kit-wise, whatever, it doesn't compute in my head. And sure, people can say, well, you don't have to worry about making money from something like that because you've got independent means or whatever. I don't know. There's a lot of people don't stoop to what these influencers stoop to, whoring themselves out just to get free items sent to them to make a bit of money. The really successful ones that have got millions of subscribers and they get millions of views and they get millions of dollars from the ad revenue, they've got to a point where they don't have to whore themselves anymore because they've already got more money in the bank than they can spend in a lifetime. So they get to be absolutely honest and free with what they say and think, which is as it should be. But the little minnows like Steve, VR flight sim guy, he's at the point where most of what he's doing is for the freebies, and the only way he's going to maintain that stream of freebies is by punting out bullshit reviews with a couple of nitpicks to give credibility. If you fall for that crap, you have to be short of a couple of sandwiches up here. So anyway, that's the expose. There's the screenshot of the conversation that he's hidden from the public because he's a coward and doesn't want to be exposed in his own channel for what he is. All he had to do was laugh at it and brush it off, but no, he bit like proper hard, hid them from the public view and had a little tantrum, which highly amused me. Thank you, Steve. That was a jolly good laugh I had earlier when I clocked that comment. God's truth. Oh, you poor sod. But yeah, you're born with what you're born with, and yeah, there's not many people get a full fucking hamper of sandwiches, let's be honest. But that was very revealing, and now it's revealed to the public. God knows how many people will watch this video, but some will watch it, some will see it, and you're not a guy to be followed and trusted. The same goes for most YouTube influencers or reviewers. Mark from Get Your Game On, he's an example of a good one, because even though he had Jap come on and do an interview with him, he didn't let off in his comments after that interview was posted. He's still very cynical. And cynical, what is cynicism? The power of accurate observation, as Bernard Shaw would say, or did say. So he's still wailing on them, with the caveat that he's hoping they're going to get better, but he's waiting to see evidence if they get better before he lets them off the hook. That's how a YouTuber with any kind of a following should be. Like, no fear or favour, no being subverted by greed for freebies or greed for monetisation revenue. No, tell it like it is and succeed or fail on that ethical basis. Unlike Steve, VR flight sim guy, who's entirely about buttering up as many manufacturers as he can to keep the stream of freebies coming in. And maybe one day, if he gets enough subscribers, don't hold your breath, it's a very niche market after all, and enough views, maybe he'll get enough money from his channel to a point where he can just go, I'm going to be completely honest now, I don't need to give a shit. If I don't get the freebies, I'll just buy the item and review it. And he'll do it for the right reasons. But currently, quite clearly, he's not, along with most of the other influencers. So anything he says on his channel, take it with a huge pinch of salt, like a handful of salt, and chuck it over your shoulder and then move on to the next one. If you find his content entertaining in and of its own right, then knock yourselves out and watch it. I kind of get through half of his videos and then it's just like, oh, it's just more the same, gushing over the item that he's supposedly reviewing, fake as fuck. Yeah, moving on to the next one. Certainly haven't subscribed to him, why would I? But they pop up in the feed on the right hand side occasionally, and I'll give them a look if I'm particularly bored. Anyway, hope that was entertaining and interesting. Thanks for watching and listening, and I'll see you in the next one.
Bye.